What's up there, Misfits? Welcome to Pages of Ascension. Of course, welcome back if you've been hanging out with me here for a little bit now. So, this is a reading for the sign of Libra. So, Libra, what have we got for you here? Let's see. I don't know, as I was getting into the energy for your reading, like, I felt a little boost of energy. So, I don't know. Something's going on with y'all, and it is incredible, and I can't wait to tap into those energies and see what that is. So, hope everybody's doing okay. Obviously, anyone who is still in the process of recovering from the storms that were going on, my thoughts are with you, okay? Let's see here, what else is there to say? Not much, actually. I think that's kind of it. Go ahead and look over to this side of your screen. That is the disclaimer for my channel, for my videos, any video that I put on this channel, including this one. So go ahead and pause if you need to. If you're down, stick around. If not, go ahead and exit stage left, okay? Ooh, that was particularly fast. I can dig it. All right, let's get this. Wait. I can't count, I swear. Alright, Libra, let's get this party started, okay? So, bottom of the deck, you have clouds. Interesting. So, first impressions is, actually, before I say that, I will be pulling a tarot card at the end. It is just the major arcana, and that's kind of to provide like a signal or a synchronicity for you. So if you start seeing the energy of this particular card following you around, you know that there is definitely something in this reading for you, and it might be worth coming back to revisit it at another time. Okay. Yeah, so as I was saying, some of you, there's concerns that you're running out of time on a home. And what's immediately coming to me is to purchase a home or to buy a home. And there's any number of reasons that could be. Let's look at your other cards and see what they say. All right, we have lilies and a ring. Okay, so let me go ahead and show you the cards before I keep going. So you've got house, you've got time or clocks, mice. There we go. Try to get rid of the angle. I might just have to cut that light off. You have lilies. All right, and then you have the ring. Okay. So, wow. Some of you might actually be about to step into some type of higher level of commitment, and there's just concerns about this. There's concerns about the commitment itself. There's concerns about either at what point you're going to buy a house, or if you're going to have time to buy a house before you make this commitment. It's a lot of literally the cloud energy, a lot of confusion, cloudiness in your thinking right now, and trying to figure out how to take care of all this stuff. So, you know, if this is you, this is your reading, you're resonating with this storyline, obviously congratulations is in order, whether you're buying a house or going to a higher level commitment, or both. Okay, those are all areas of life that are to be celebrated. So that explains why I was feeling all that excited energy for y'all. So it's just kind of cool. I like it. But I can see some degree of confusion, of some worry here about this. So let's see if maybe the Kipper can ease some of those fears for you, okay? Get you some more information about how to go about stuff and things. There we go. Message of concern. marriage. Okay, so house and time, you've got message of concern and marriage, which is kind of backing up. There's this higher level commitment that's on the table in some manner. So for some of you, it could be that you're running out of time to secure venues for a wedding. Okay, or you've just gotten a message, confirmation, a message from a caterer or the property that you were initially going to have your wedding on, and for whatever reason they're canceling or closing down or something like that. Like, there's something in this message that's adding to the worries on the table. And, we've got thief at the bottom, so I don't like that. So for some of you, you actually could be running into an issue where there is money put down for a space or to hire a caterer or some hire for work type of thing in regards to the wedding industry specifically. Okay. And you've received a message that, like, that company is closing down, or I feel like some of you might be fighting to get, like, deposit money back or something. It's the only thing I can really think of why this combination would be coming up. Like, some of you, you feel you've had money taken from you by these companies. So I certainly hope that's not the case, but if that resonates for you, feel free to drop any comments down in the comments or details in the comments, especially if it's somebody ripping you off. Like, I am not beyond putting people on blast who do that. So okay. Let's move on. So let's look at time and mice. Let me do that. Time and mice. Clocks and mice. Change. Okay. What else we got? Expectation. Okay, so for some of you, imprisonment at the bottom of the deck. So some of you had the expectation that you would be moved into a home before this higher level commitment took place. And that may not be what's happening. Like, I feel like some of you are concerned that you're going to be stuck where you are. Okay. And that just brings up a whole entire storyline, or at least a sub part of the storyline, where for some of you, this message of concern is like the renewal of a lease from your rental property. Okay. And they're saying you have only so many days to renew this lease, or you have to move, type of thing. So there's some concerns based on that, because I feel like, even for as happy as these times are, that something may not be going according to plan, and not exactly seeing what that is. It almost feels like one thing after the other, almost like the disruption of one thing is dependent upon the disruption of another thing. And I might not be saying that correctly, but it's almost a domino effect is what I'm picking up, Libra. So one thing goes wrong, which makes another thing go wrong, because thing B was completely contingent upon thing A going at a certain pace at a certain time. Okay, so let's move on. Let's get mice and lilies. Oh wow, this is kind of taking a weird turn. Some of you, I feel like there might be people you've known long term that are actually false. Okay, no. Here we go. So this directly has to do gift at the bottom of the deck. Okay. Confirmation. This is starting to make more sense. Okay, so for some of you, this is in some way regarding a family home. Okay, And there is someone who is involved in the transaction of this, in the dealings with this home, that is not a false person. For some of you, this could be you finding out that you've been pursuing a lead on a home that's actually false. Okay, so I just have to mention it just because I've heard of this happening since everything has been going on. But just keep in mind that there are those out there that are not above ripping you off and taking, you know, your house deposit for a false advertisement. Okay, people do that crap all the time, especially on Craigslist. I've even had something similar happen to me once. But just keep in mind, people are not above stealing your money. So I want to say guard whatever gifts of money specifically that you're getting at this time. If you happen to inherit a house, don't be so quick to put that on blast to the public, because it feels like that there's someone surrounding you who they're just kind of looking for an opportunity to step on you, to get ahead. Okay, whether that's through robbing you of funds, smearing your name type of thing, like, and this is in regards to housing specifically. Okay, so I don't know if this is one of those things, like maybe during the pandemic, the height of the pandemic, maybe you fell behind on rent or something, or some type of bills in regards to housing. Okay, but you did manage to catch that up and still chose to move into a different rental property, maybe a different house, to buy a different house. Okay, this feels way more like a rental property. Okay, so I feel like you're dealing with a landlord specifically. Okay, and in any case, you catch up on your bills. Okay, landlord says everything is cool, but when you're looking for these, you know, different apartment units, you keep getting denied for approval of these apartment units, and you can't figure out why. And I think it's because of the formal rental property. There's someone who's not being truthful when they're being contacted about your rental history and your ability to keep up on your bills and so on and so forth. And I feel like I'm talking to someone who, like, their record long before the pandemic hit was one of someone who always paid their rent on time. There's never any late rental anything going on. Okay, and you know, it's hit a lot of people the way this pandemic has gone. Okay, so for whatever reason, you end up falling behind, but you manage to catch up, and you're responsible to know that this is not the correct place for me to be right now, fiscally, whatever. So you look for something else, better conditions, cheaper, whatever it is. And this person, I feel like, is trying to step in the way of that. Now, I feel like I'm talking specifically to people who've, gross enough as it is, have had issues with rodents in this place, and also additionally have lived in this place for a while. Like, I'm talking about someone who's, you know, renewed 3, 4, 5, 6 leases in the same apartment type of thing. Okay. So, interesting. Yeah, that, you know, I understand now why there would be so much concern with that, especially because if you and your partner are looking to get an apartment together, or even looking to buy a house, and this person is trashing, like, and misspeaking on your actual rental history, that could seriously screw some stuff up, you know, and it's illegal to do that as well. So, in any case, let's look at the last two. Yeah, that's where this confusion for you is coming from, because you don't understand why, like, offers are being refused, or you're being, you know, denied for certain apartments or housing. I'm just gonna say housing. It feels like this is someone who's dealing with a landlord, though. So, there is that. Okay, at the bottom of the deck, we've got High Honor, and I feel like this is representing you, Libra. And then we have Message and Imprisonment. Yeah, for some of you, this is almost being, like, tied into a lease that isn't legal in some way. Okay? Um, we could even be talking about a landlord who's threatening to take you to court over an outstanding amount that you don't even owe them. Okay, so some of you may need to specifically dig through paperwork to find this, because the paperwork that you have will prove this. Now, considering everything is digital, or so much is digital now, make sure you're looking in like old emails or whatever, because most bills, when you pay them, like even with landlords, it kicks back a message to say, we received your payment in such and such, on such and such day at such and such time. Thank you for your payment. You still owe such and such, right? It's always kind of something like that. So, some of you might be freaking out about this issue of paperwork. I feel like you need to dig through not just your physical files, but your digital files as well. Don't forget the ones on your phone, especially if you're someone who bounces between paying bills on your laptop and paying on your phone. Okay, check both. Okay, so this is, I can see why there's such a bittersweet. I'm always making up words. Why there's such a bittersweet feeling here, for all these things that you should be able to be excited about, and then kind of having this stuff hang over your head. For some of you, this is you and your partner going through this, meaning that you are already engaged in a long-term, higher-level commitment with this person, okay? So, yeah. Interesting. So, let's look at what your soul's trying to get through to you during this period of time. Oh my gosh. Wow. That is, okay. It says, move away from a difficult situation. I feel like this is literally and metaphorically. So for some of you, this is a problem landlord, that you've had for a while. The opportunity hasn't presented itself in order for you to be able to move somewhere else that's a little bit more peaceful, maybe even a little bit more appropriate. And that gift that we saw that came through, sitting over the lilies here, like, that's your way out. Spirit's saying, yeah, if you got it in your mind that you need to, like, dip out of this place, then do that. Now, I want to pop in the book anyway, just to make sure I'm not missing anything to tell y'all. Okay, so it says, use your intuition to recognize and repel negative people, destructive environments, and those who would dominate you. So, this false person is a bully. Whether that's a landlord, whether that's a roommate, because yeah, this could qualify for roommate situations too, especially with this false person coming up. Yeah, pay attention to your intuition on this. If it's telling you that you need to, as I like to call it, exit stage left out of this place that you are living, or you and your partner are living in, listen to that, because you're being pulled to do so for a reason, okay, Libra? So consider this reading confirmation for you if that's something that you've been particularly concerned about, if this is what's been keeping you up at night, okay? So the advice that Spirit has for you is Wunjo. And it comes up so much, I feel like I should have it memorized. I don't. Maybe secretly I'm just being rebellious. Okay, so perfection joy ushers a period of peace and comfort. Bask in success, rest, and replenish yourself. Okay, so if you take the leap to get out of this situation, to get out of this rental unit, okay, I do feel like you're gonna find success there when you do that. You've got 8 on the board twice. Yeah, so 88. '88 could be a specific number for you. kind of like follow the breadcrumbs, if that makes sense. There's argument to be made for the 369 rule, so you might want to also look into that, because the universe is speaking to you, okay, with this push to want to move away from this place, okay? So, yeah, 88 might be whoa. 88 might be a number that follows you around during this, okay? And the cards are advising that it is appropriate to move away from wherever you are laying your head right now, because better things await for you, okay? You've tried to be honorable, I feel like, in solving this dispute, but they're not playing fair, so exit stage left. Alright. So, you got the Sun card, which is insta-famous in this deck. Alright, this is like super snarky. I will read place though, so it says far from candid. Filtering your self-image to perfection may compel others to follow you. Remember that the only comments that matter are your own. Will you limit your story to what got likes yesterday, or will you live unedited? Okay, so the Sun card, you know, especially with Wunjo coming out as your rune, leaving will bring success. I feel like for some of you, you're feeling like it's going to bring hardship before you see any, you know, anything really turn around. And I feel like part of the hardship you're experiencing is the energy of the place that you are located, okay? And I don't think it necessarily has to do with the land so much as the person who has control over the land or that building or whatnot. It's just not a healthy environment for you, Libra. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and leave that here. Thanks so much for joining me. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye.